Well, welcome to the new home of Gorman Performance Engineering. As you guys saw in the intro montage that I put together, we are in a commercial space now. We're not 100% fully moved in, but we're most of the way there. We have all the big stuff done, so we're at a point where it'd be cool to give you guys a sort of mini tour and update you guys with what's been going on. In the intro to Time Attack video that I'd shot earlier this year, I kind of alluded to some big things going on with the business, and well, this is it. After years of hustling and treating this as a sort of side project and running it out of our home garage, home shops, things like that, we're finally at the point where we're in a commercial space, but more importantly, this is now my full-time job. Ultimately, we had hit a point where we just ran out of capacity. We were doing a lot of work for other brands in the automotive industry, and it got to the point where we couldn't take on any more work and we couldn't roll out our products that we had been working on developing just because we were so busy doing stuff for other people. You guys on the channel have seen, and I've talked about in other places, our awesome innovative products and getting ready to roll them out, and we'd always just get slammed and backlogged, and I didn't have the time and the resources to give justice to these and rolling them out how I wanted to. So ultimately made the decision to jump in head first and take this on full time, and also expand our capacities as far as having higher volume of what we can do, but also bringing in more equipment so we can have more control over the manufacturing process and add different operations to the parts that we're making. So with that being said, I'll give you guys a little tour through the area. It was pretty crazy timing. I had shot the intro to Time Attack video, and then it's kind of been radio silent since then. And that was because we started moving into the space literally the week after that video was shot, and that was a month-long process and getting everything set up. And then now that we're back to being operational, it was basically I needed to focus on this, but finally at a part now where I can start making a little bit of content, start touching the wheels again, which we'll talk about later in this video. But currently we're in the front office. I guess you could say this is our engineering office. We have some pretty cool vintage GM posters here. These are original engineering posters from the 50s and 60s, and I've had these for a couple years, just didn't know what to do with them. So I'm glad that they finally have a home and they're back in an automotive engineering environment. Over here we have our 3 posters representing the 3 events that we're hosting. One of my buddies, Luke, who's a professional graphic designer, did an absolutely incredible job on these. We have the Spring Shakedown, which has already happened by the time of this video, Summer Showdown, and then Autumn Apex. This is where my friend and business partner Evan works out of, sort of his office and area. And then over here, now we just have posters of cars from our events. Obviously we have the Ols over there. We have a pretty awesome, I guess you could say pro touring, but it's a full tube chassis truck built by a guy named Finn Spooner. We have a Cobra that comes out to our events, and then the Camaro that I usually co-drive that my buddy Jim owns. That was a car I was supposed to do one lap of America in, but with all this stuff going on, ultimately we decided to postpone until 2026 so I could just focus on this now that I've made the jump to full time. In here just have basic office supplies. We have our little bamboo printer that we use for some rapid prototyping and testing out ideas for mocking up and stuff. It's hard to make end-use parts off of something like that. Maybe in the future the technology would be better, but just for testing prototypes and getting physical components of ideas in the real world, very powerful. Over here is my office, which is funny because it's pretty barren. I spent a lot of effort decorating the front office, and then mine just has been pretty empty. I mean, we got to the point where I just needed to get back to work and taking care of projects and moving stuff forward. So I'll get around to hanging stuff up in here eventually, but got a bunch of prototypes and parts on my desk, so I don't want to get too close to over there and give away some secrets of what we're rolling out soon. Come out here, we have our bigger printers. This is a Stratasys Fortis 380 MC, pretty crazy high-level industrial printer. I think the original cost on that was like $150,000 back in 2016 or something insane. It's nice compared to the bamboo just because it's a bigger build volume. You can do smaller layer heights. You can get really, really fine, nice prints. It's got a full heated chamber, so you don't have to worry as much about materials warping. And you can get into some more exotic materials with this one, but also it's much faster. So for any really big volume prints or stuff we need to be really detailed, that's very nice. And then the acquisition I'm most excited about as part of this move is our nice and new VF2 SSYT. You know, it got to the point where it was like with outsourcing machining stuff, it just wasn't really feasible for testing ideas and doing iterations on them and stuff, because you keep paying job shop setup fees to do it again and again and again, and it just makes things basically impossible for a small business to do. So we brought this in-house, which is nice. Evan's got over a decade of machining experience, so he jumped right in and is already making beautiful parts off this thing. So we now offer more machining services to the businesses that we work with for like one-off parts. So it could be for custom builds they're working on, or doing parts that they want to sell, so we manufacture them, and also for our own parts. We're starting to roll out our products over the next couple weeks. Some of them are already on the site. We don't have any of the machine stuff on the site yet. I'll talk more about that on the GPE channel. But we have some really, really trick stuff that we've already started making out of this mill that you guys will see in the very near future. Over here, we just got our toolbox for setting up the mill. So it has all of our setup equipment, tooling and stuff in it. Surface plate with height gauge, profilometer for checking surface finishes. And then we head to the other side of the shop, which I guess you could say is the dirty side of the shop, where all the fabrication and whatnot happens. We got our old friend, the Oldsmo Beast. We slammed him together for the spring shakedown. Like literally, I test drove it for the first time since October, the day before the event. We went, raced it. It was pretty much flawless all day. It had gone into limp mode once for a low pressure, or fuel low pressure, and that was my own fault because we just ran it low on fuel. But aside from that, it was absolutely perfect, had good pace, and then here it is back apart for the time attack changes, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video. We got our full lift, which is kind of funny that there's a lift and then the car's on jack stands, but the lift wasn't fully wired and operational when we brought the car here and started taking it apart, so I just tossed it on jack stands. Once we get it back to a roller, I'll just roll it over here and put it on the lift. But we got our welding curtains, and hiding behind that is our actual fabrication area. So we got our Texas Metal Works chassis table that's precision ground flat. We bought this when we started doing like big chassis work, because you need a nice big flat surface to work from. But we also fixture up all of our smaller parts like control arms and whatnot over here. And just general metal equipment. We still have to finish setting up this area. We have to set up our TIG welding station and stuff like that. We quickly got this set up because we had to get back to doing some fabrication with the MIG welder. So this area is not done yet, but for a lot of our control arms and stuff like that, this is where they get built. We got to the point where we have to get back to work even though not everything's fully set up. So trying to chip away at the little things, when I get a chance to. But back over here with the car. Obviously you guys are very familiar with this thing. It's here for the time being while we make some of the time attack changes, and then it'll come back home with me. And then nothing too crazy. Another bathroom, and then our shipping and packing area. So the Olds itself, I had done the initial time attack video talking about making the changes. We're still doing that. We're in the middle of it right now. Just need to release the videos. But like I had said before, I shot that video, and then we immediately started to move into the shop here. So basically the old sat on the back burner, and ultimately we made the decision to wait to do the changes for the rest of the time attack stuff until the spring shakedown was done, because I was like, it's important for us to have the car there. We have some more new experimental parts that we wanted to start testing. So I was like, we'll just run the car back out as it was, so it's at the event, and then after the event, we'll worry about taking it apart to actually start on the changes for time attack stuff, which we're now into, but I'll talk more about that in the episode 2 of that series. So still moving ahead as planned. It's just there was a little bit of a delay in there because obviously all this stuff, and then wanting to have it at the spring shakedown, which worked out well because some of the parts that we need to do this stuff have been delayed and delayed and delayed, some of the custom stuff, to the point where we still don't even have it. So had we tried to just do all the changes up front, the car wouldn't have made it, which would have been a huge bummer. So that's everything we have going on with the shop. It's very exciting. It's been a long time coming. This is truly a dream come true. It's been such a grind, waking up, working on this before work, going to my day job, coming home, working on it again, and then all weekend working on this stuff. It's very nice to see this start manifesting in something like this. And what I'm most excited about is for what this means for you guys. We have some absolutely incredible components. We have some more traditional stuff that you would expect for like the pro touring muscle car market that is a little more refined in our take on more traditional parts, but then we also have some stuff that's just very out there and exotic. We've been putting a lot of effort into creating the most performance and the best value. We have 3 different product lines that we're rolling out. as well as some universal parts. But I'm going to talk more about that on the GPE YouTube channel. So I'll leave a link to that in the description, but that's where we're going to be posting about all of our products. So within the next couple weeks, we're going to have like an official product launch video talking about our different product lines and then also rolling it out. I have some of our parts on the site, but I'm still finishing up some of the odds and ends and really rolling them out over the next couple weeks. So check the website. Like I said, there's some parts already up there, but a lot of it will really populate over the next couple weeks now that we've had a chance to just finish up the design and development on a lot of this stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. Head over to the channel, and that's where like our tech videos will be. That's where our videos about just general engineering when it comes to a lot of suspension design. Obviously, we're not giving away our approach to how we do this stuff, but just general principles and concepts that helps you better understand some of the ideas that go into our products. So when you read the descriptions, maybe you understand what some of the concepts are that we're talking about. You could say something helps with camera gain, that's pretty popular and a lot of people know about, but maybe people don't know what Ackerman is, or people don't know about roll centers or roll axis and the inclination on that, or steering axis inclination, mechanical trail, all that stuff. We're all going to be talking about that in the future when I get a chance to actually make these videos. So the product rollout videos are going to be top priority, but it's finally here. So it's been a very long time coming, but we're very excited to finally roll this stuff out now that we have the capacity and the means to. So really the journey of this stuff is just getting started. We have some pretty revolutionary stuff that we're going to be rolling out for muscle cars, and we're excited to really launch the next generation of pro touring. So I'm going to quit rambling so I can get back to work, and I will see you guys in episode 2 of the Time Attack series. See you soon.